Hi, everybody. This is James again, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, you guys. This one's called I Almost Went Down the Tubes. Yes. Look, this was in 1989. You know, I was in a bad way. You know, I couldn't find a good job. I had a 3-year old. I had lots of bills, and I had no money, I was virtually living paycheck to paycheck.
Oh no.
Anyway, I was walking home one day when all of a sudden, I hear sirens. Yes, sirens. Then three young guys ran right past me. So I ducked behind the dumpster, you know, and one of the guys threw something in the bushes, you know. Then I heard shots ring out. Later, I left and I went home, went back home, Well, anyway, the next day I went to the store where I was going that day. I went on to the store and bought bread and milk and stuff like that. And I was passing by the same area where I hid behind the dumpster. And I looked in the bushes to see what they had maybe had thrown in there. And I looked in it, and there was a bag of rocks in it. Yes, rocks, boulders, about this big, boulders. Man, so I took them, pushed stuff in my pocket, and went home. So I took the rocks and went home because I was afraid that the guys were coming back for them. They were coming back to get them. When I got home, I opened the bag, revealing ten rocks. 10 of them. Yeah. Yes. 10. That would be like $200 or something. $200. Because I think a rock was like $20 then. You know. I think the price fell now, but it was $20 then. The thing was, I didn't know anything about selling drugs or nothing. So I ended up hiding them in my basement. Hiding them, stashing them down in the basement where nobody could find them, you know. While I did a little investigation on the matter, you know. While I did a little investigation on the matter. I later found out that the guys that the police were chasing, that the popos were chasing, found out one of them ended up paralyzed, and the other two were unalived. Yes, yes. So they won't be coming back for him. They won't be coming back, and the paralyzed guy won't come back for him because first of all he can't walk or nothing like that, and he's not thinking about it now. He's thinking about his health. So so I ended up taking them to try to sell. Taking them to try to sell. You know, After I found out the cost and how to sell them, you know, you know, I ended up getting the rocks from the basement, and I just took three out. Took three of them out, and I went out to sell. Yes. Now, I made sure not to go on no one's territory. Nobody step on no one else's territory. And I went where crackheads were, you know. I went where they hung out at. And it took me like about 5 hours to sell all of them. But I did, you know. So I took the $60 that I made from the 3 rocks and was walking home. But I still had 7 to go. Still had 7 to go. So I was walking home, and there was this hall, like a banquet hall, that I was walking past, and I heard people clapping in there. So I took the initiative to peek inside, and it was a free thing. So I was tired from standing outside all day and stuff. So I went in and sat down, you know, and there was the guy that was speaking up there. Name was Les Brown. Les Brown. He's like a motivational speaker, and he was talking and stuff. He was talking about overcoming adversities and being a man. You know, he really was talking. It was a real powerful speech that he told about, but it really touched me inside. It really touched me inside. It touched me so much that I was thinking about it all the way home, you know. So, man, I was thinking about it all the way home, you know. Then I got home, I sat there, and I said, I've got to do something better with my life than this, you know. So I took the 7 rocks from the basement, and I went outside, and I saw a drug dealer that was, you know, I used to see him on the block every time, you know. And I told him, I said, hey, give me $60 for these. He said, what you talking about? What you talking about, man? I said, give me $60 for these. And he looked at it, he said, wow, really? Man, you got about $100 and something here. I said, give me $60 for it. I don't want no parts of none of it anymore. And he here. He threw it out to me. And that was the end of that. The end of that, you know. Man, I could have ended up in jail with a record and everything like that by now, you know. So I'm glad I did what I did, you know. Well, I got $60 for that, and $60 for selling them, but that was my first experience with selling drugs like that. Selling drugs like that, you know. But I got rid of all of that, and I tried to be a man, you know. Get out and work and make my money. Get out and work and make my money for the bills, the money for my family, for the kids, and everything, you know. So that was terrible, man. But look, it's desperate times, desperate measures for desperate times, okay? Desperate measures for desperate times. Okay? So you never know what you would do. If I put you in that situation, what would you have done? What if I put you in that situation, you end up finding some rocks that you can make money off of? What would you have done? If you was in the same situation as me, living paycheck to paycheck, every time you get your check, it's all gone that day. So, man, what would you have done? So, all right, you guys. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Alright. Yes. Peace. Adios. Salamat. Say no to drugs.